Well, hello there. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jay, aka the Traveling Blue Jay, and if you're going to France anytime soon, I want to share with you my experiences and what we did there, and maybe give you some ideas for what you should do there. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the highlights from the Nice part of our France trip. I will be talking about my experiences swimming in the French Riviera, taking a day trip into Italy to see a medieval Italian village, and also getting a little taste of the lifestyle in Monte Carlo. So that's what you have to look forward to in this video. We arrived at the Nice airport kind of late at night. We finally found our way to our hostel, and it actually wasn't a hostel. So it was advertised as a hostel online, and then when we got there, we realized it was an Airbnb, and it was so sweet. It was run by an even sweeter French couple. There was a language barrier, which was kind of fun to have to navigate around. We tried our best to use what little French that we prepared with before getting there, but Google Translate definitely saved the day time and time again. So thank you, Google. The room that we had was a private room with a private bathroom. You had to climb up the ladder to get to your bed, which was really fun. I actually really liked that. But the best part was the terrace. It was made up of a bunch of bright colors. You know, we had like green cushions and pink colors, and a place to lay out if you wanted to sunbathe during the daytime. And it was lit up with some lights at nighttime. So the next morning was our first official day in Nice. So after we got ready in the morning, we made our way over to Old Town, found a little restaurant to sit at, and ordered some breakfast as best as we could in French. Which, side note, even though I suck at French, I had so much fun trying my best to learn and to communicate in French, you know, and the only way you get better is by trying. So I had a lot of fun with it. So we ate our breakfast. I think we got like croissants and some coffees or something like that. After we were done with breakfast, we were trying to make our way to the beachfront to look at the French Riviera. On the way, we, walked through a park. It was really beautiful. It was just a really relaxing morning, just getting to know our surroundings. So that's something I really suggest, just kind of taking it easy the first day, just walk around, see what your surroundings are and what cool things there are. Funnily enough, we noticed a waterfall that was at the very top of this, big curling set of stairs. And it wasn't until we got to the top that we realized what it was. And it was actually Chateau de Nice, which is French for Castle of Nice. And we just kind of stumbled upon it on accident, even though it's actually like a touristy thing to do there. I highly recommend doing this. The waterfall in itself is really pretty. The hike up is gorgeous. And the higher up you go, you get a great view of the beachfront and Old Town Nice. Chateau de Nice was once a citadel used for military purposes, and it overlooked the Bay of Nice before it was destroyed in the early 1700s. It's a really beautiful place. You can still see some of the ruins and learn more about the history of it when you're there. We hiked up there, we made some feathery friends, got a view of the first port built in Nice, and then we just made our way back down. But not far from the beginning of those stairs taking you up to the ruins of the Castle of Nice is the #I love Nice sign, which you have to take your obligatory photo here. You cannot go to Nice and not take a picture here. Just go to the sign. It's really fun. Something I really highly recommend for you to go do is walk through the market in Old Town. There's a variety of goods that you can purchase from there. Anything from fresh fruits, vegetables, to cheeses and jams, spices, meats, pastries, hats and trinkets and paintings, and so much more. So it was a lot of fun spending some of the afternoon walking through there and seeing what this market had to offer. It was lunchtime when we were walking through the market, so we did end up buying a baguette, a cheese and sausage flatbread, and some raspberries. And we found a restaurant with outdoor seatings that we took our lunch to. We ordered 2 beers from there, and we just sat back and relaxed and people watched as we ate lunch. We actually even saw, when we were sitting there, somebody, I guess, who worked at that restaurant bring in a freshly caught swordfish. So that was actually really fun to see, and to see people's reactions walking by to this massive swordfish being wheeled into this restaurant. Later on that afternoon, we ditched our pants and opted for swimsuits instead. And headed back down to the beachfront where we took a swim in that gorgeous Mediterranean Sea. Definitely, when you're there, make time to go swim in that sea because you will not regret it. It was one of the best swimming experiences I've ever had. I don't know if that's because I was feeling all magical, you know, being in this amazing country by this gorgeous water, but it was, trust me, just do it, just do it. So some of the beaches along the French Riviera are sandy while others are rocky, and the beach that we happened to be at was rocky, and that was kind of nice. I actually really liked that. It's kind of nice to not have sand in you know where, so. Honestly, laying on that beach towel was one of the best parts of being on that beach, just because you lay back and you hear the sound of the waves crashing and it's just so relaxing. You look up and you see this awesome sky above you and these paragliders are just gliding back and forth, and that was really fun to watch too. So our third and final day in Nice before we headed over to Paris, we actually went on a tour that took us over the border into Italy to a town called Ventimiglia. First and foremost, I do have to say our guide was amazing. His name was Pierre and he really cared that we had a good time and a good experience and actually saw some cool things. So I just have to give him major props. So he did take us into Ventimiglia where we walked through the Italian market. And this Italian market basically had a bunch of clothes like shoes and shirts, pants, sunglasses, hats, pots, pans, jewelry, you know, wallets, accessories, just a bunch of stuff like that. So that was pretty cool to walk through. But the original plan for this tour as listed on the website was to spend about 2 hours, I think it was, at this single market. And Pierre was just kind of like, guys, you're gonna get bored here after 45 minutes. Why don't I take you to see something cool instead? You know, and we're just like, hell yeah. So he ended up taking us to a medieval Italian village called Dolceaqua, and it was just magical. I am so happy we were able to see that village. People live in these narrow alleyways with rooms that go straight up, cobblestone pathways and cobblestone buildings, and you know, it's like everybody in the town knows each other, and there's, you know, a little church in the square. And something cool about, you know, becoming friends, I felt like, with Pierre over the course of this tour. He actually told us once we got to Dolceaqua to go to this restaurant called Bar California because he knew that we were from California. So he said, you have to go in, the owners are really sweet, they'll tell you the whole story about the name, why they named it Bar California. We're like, okay, we definitely have to go there, and we met the sweetest ladies in there. So what was her name? I have my journal out, which is why sometimes I look down. Mariella was the name of the very sweet lady, and her mother, Aporilla, I think was her name. They just welcomed us in and gave us bread and coffee.
Bello, cappuccino italiano.
Oh, grazie.
Grazie. And just, we were able to have a very nice conversation with them. Definitely go check out Dolceaqua. After we left Dolceaqua, we made our way back over the border into France, and we stopped at Monte Carlo. In the words of Pierre, our guide, Monte Carlo is for the super mega filthy rich. And he was right. It was crazy seeing all these sports cars and yachts, and it was nice to explore it for the day. He dropped us off at the famous Monte Carlo casino.
Going to mark a stop at the casino for a little while. So let's try not to drive on the feet of the policeman.
Good job.
Good plan, Pierre. So this is the casino right here.
That's the casino in front of you. It was built in 1864 by the architect Charles Garnier, who made the opera house in Paris, the Opera Garnier. When you go to Paris, you see the opera.
You can just walk around the lobby. They don't really let anybody go into the actual casino. I think, I mean, we didn't really go in, so I don't really know what the qualifications are to get in, but they'll definitely like look at how you're dressed, and I think you might have to pay as well to get in there, but it was really cool. For anybody who's a fan of sports cars and Formula One races, you probably already know this. I didn't know that they had the Formula One races in Monte Carlo. So they actually block off some of the streets, I think every year. The street we were driving on in the van with Pierre, he actually took us on one of the actual tracks for the race, and that was kind of cool. And he was cracking jokes. There's a French word called chicane, which means, I guess, just like a sharp turn in the road, and he didn't really know what the English translation was, so we thought he was saying chicken, you know, and we were a little confused, and so we were like, he can't mean chicken, right? He can't mean that there's just chickens running around on the track, you know, there's just no way. He ran with it as a joke.
Crazy.
Downshifting.
There is a chicane here, just at the end of the tunnel, but it's only during the circuit, the race. The chicken, they get rid of the chicken. But here there is a chicken, and they go there along the boats. And actually, you will see a chicken exactly the same.
Like a chicken, like bar?
Like a chicken, yeah.
What?
So they have to avoid the chicken.
Are you serious?
If they,
You're not serious.
the first one who drive under the chicken, they are disqualified. Well, no, the rules of Formula One are tough. Huh? What they call a chicane, you know?
Okay, I don't know.
I'm not sure, I don't know what that
I'm
is.
not familiar with that term.
But I don't know, maybe it's not an English word. What they call a chicane is like a really
like
fast curve, like you have here.
Okay,
You see?
yes, this is a chicane.
That's what they call a chicane.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Another fun fact about Monte Carlo that I did not know until I went there was it is actually ruled by a prince, and it is currently Prince Albert. We were going to go park and explore the palace. However, we could not find parking. For anybody who likes medieval villages, there's one in France called Eze. It's similar to Dolceaqua, but also different. And I would highly recommend, if you like villages like that, to go check out Eze as well. They also have a little gift shop there. There was actually a very cool globe that I wanted that I almost got, but it was like 200 euros, and I didn't quite know how I was going to transport it because it was kind of large, but I regret not getting it. Next time I'm in France. So to finish off the tour, Pierre took us to one of the best spots to get a great view overlooking Nice. It was just a really great way to end the day. We got some really beautiful pictures there. And yeah, afterwards he just dropped everybody off at their accommodations. That is how we finished off exploring Nice. Because the next morning at 5 a.m., our host Bernard drove us to the airport and we got ready to fly into Paris. So keep a lookout for my next video. I'll be talking about all the stuff that we did in Paris. There's actually a lot more things that we did that I think you guys might be really interested in. So stay tuned. And that's a wrap for this video, you guys. So if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of my new videos coming out. And if you didn't get a chance to check out my last video, go ahead and click right here. I actually don't know. This is my first time doing this. I don't know where it's gonna be on the screen. It's gonna be somewhere. To check out my music video compilation of Paris. So yeah, I hope you guys check it out and have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and I will see you soon.